Good morning, students. Okay, so I gotta fix this camera a little bit. Make sure it's right on the money. Yep, there we go. So today is Wednesday. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the poem we had a chance to read yesterday called Cats and Kittens that you guys did really fantastic work with. I had taken a look. Also, the poem we're going to be focusing on today called Desert Camels, okay? I'm going to place a heavier focus on that. But anyhow, I want to get to reading the Cats and Kittens, okay? Now, what do we love about animals? What are some things we love about animals? Well, if I'm sad, I can hold an animal and they can kind of cheer me up in some way. I don't know exactly how, but they do kind of make me feel a little bit better because I think of how small they are and how cute they are and things like that. So it can be kind of a comfort thing. I also I enjoy exercising with my animals. I go jogging with my dogs. I like setting up the maze for the guinea pigs so they can try and get that romaine lettuce at the end and see who's the fastest runner. So there's different fun things you could do, but most importantly, some of these animals are really helpful to people that live in communities that have them. And I'm not talking about a dog or a cat. I'm talking about things like a camel. It's very useful. But I do want to focus on the first poem, which was Cats and Kittens. Let's take a look. Cats and kittens express their views with hisses, purrs, and little mews. Wait just a minute. Which two words rhyme in that? Cats and kisses or views and mews? Yeah, you're right. Views and mews are there are two words that rhyme wonderfully. Okay, let's go to the next two lines and see if the last words rhyme with those. Instead of taking baths like me, cats don't like the water, I don't think, they use their tongues quite handily. Me, handily. Okay, they kind of sound the same at the end. Very good. I wonder what my mom would say if I tried cleaning up that way. No, it wouldn't make any sense, licking your arms, because that's what cats do. They use their tongues to clean themselves off. Also, they clean the kittens off. If kittens have bugs in their fur, they'll be very helpful, and they'll lick the fur, and it'll take all the branches and the leaves and the dirt and anything to clean their bodies. And that's how they stay clean. They don't have a tub. They don't say, hey, mama cat, I'm taking a tubby. It doesn't work like that. So, that's how they clean their bodies. They use their tongues. I wonder what my mom would say if I tried cleaning up that way. Well, I know Mama Erlinger, Mrs. Erlinger, would probably not like that one at all. And taking a tub is kind of a wonderful, clean feeling. But say and weigh, they both rhyme. Very nice. They stay as still as can be until a mouse they chance to see. So that means if they see a mouse, they may stay very still so the mouse doesn't get spooked and go away. And sometimes, just like Tom and Jerry is a make-believe fiction cartoon, I don't know if you're familiar with that. I saw it when I was a kid, but the concept of the concept of a cat chasing a mouse is very true. And they have this natural instinct deep down in their brain that they automatically know how to hunt for mice. And if mice are a problem and you have a cat, well, he might fix your problem for you. Okay. And then in one great flash of fur, they pounce on a toy with a purr. That's a sound that cats make. But more importantly, let's look at that last word. Purr, fur. Okay, perfect rhyming words. Now, today is Wednesday, so I want to focus more on today's story, and I have a few minutes to do that. The name of the story today is Desert Camels. What's a desert? Well, I know we talked about habitats last week, but we talked about the forest, the freshwater, the Arctic, and the ocean. We didn't talk too much about desert, but we did compare the desert habitat to the Arctic because one's very, very cold and the other one's very, very hot and dry. Okay? The rainforest is very, very wet. The desert is like the opposite. So people have to travel or have to get from one place to another by using some type of animal or car or whatever. And they found that horses, well, those horses needed to drink lots of water. It was very hard. The horses were like, we don't like this hot stuff. It's really bothering us. The camels didn't complain. And as a matter of fact, the camel said, hold on a second. You can put that drink away. I'm going to wait till I get to where I got to go before I even bother drinking that water. Okay? So that's kind of, and the camels had people on their back. They had these big, heavy sacks. So the camels had what they call is a big load on their back. And that's the things that they're carrying or pulling. So desert camels. Camels have a hump on their backs. And to carry people and their sacks. What do you mean there's a rhyming word? There's two? Let me read it again. Camels have a hump on their backs to carry people and their sacks. There it is, you're right. Backs and sacks. Those words rhyme. Let's move on. They're very strong. Don't mind the sun. Won't stop for drinks until they're done. So this is a perfect animal to have if you live in the desert. They give people a bouncy ride. All right, so there's some things that aren't so great. There's a pretty bouncy ride. But horses can be bouncy too if you're riding fast. They give people a bouncy ride. They sway and move from side to side. Okay, now I feel like I'm going to fall off. All right, well, you know what? I guess you get used to that. And you hook your legs in and you kind of hold onto the rope and you're looking straight and you kind of get used to that a little bit. Your body moves with it, so you can get used to it. And really, who cares if this animal's willing to go from one side of the desert to the other or a long way without drinking much water? Because in the desert, it's so hot, people have to drink so much. But they have those big humps that are very helpful to them in regard to the water. Then it ends with, I'd like a camel for a pet. But haven't asked my mother yet. Okay, so this is a little silly because, well, when I was a little kid, I asked my mother for a pet pig. And she said I couldn't because pigs can live to 35 years old. So she didn't want me married with children and have the same pig. But this boy, the girl who wrote the poem, I'd like a camel for a pet. Can you have a camel for a pet? I don't know. Not in America. I don't think people have camels for pets. They might have them in a zoo and they take care of them in a big area that they can walk around. I wouldn't know how to take care of a camel. I don't have to give them that much water, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, that's a silly thing, and it kind of adds a little humor into it. But I haven't asked my mother yet. What do you think his mother's going to say? Don't even think about it. Yeah, no. I don't think any mom in the United States of America will say, yes, you can get a camel. It's okay. Well, no, you get a birthday. On your birthday, we'll bring the camel down. It's not going to work, okay? All right, nice job, everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to read a story about bats. But I want you to think about the camel. I want you to think about how useful he is and all those different things that he can carry with him. And this animal is very, very helpful to humans and to people. And that's a big part of this poem. Almost like when we talked on Monday about the big red wheelbarrow, how that was a really, really important tool for a farmer, okay? Well, these camels are really important for people that live near them, and lots of these people take very good care of the camels, and they really love them from deep in their heart. Well, this person loved camels, and he loved them so much he wrote a poem about them. So if you would like to take a look at those Nearpod slides. Are going to be popping up any minute now. Everybody have a great day, okay? I hope you enjoyed today. Adios.